Good morning and welcome to our monthly webinar. Today's topic is about iVend retail POS upgrades and the path to success. I'm Daphne Cadena. I'm part of the Americas consulting team, and I will be your host for today's webinar. Okay. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Use the GoToMeeting function and raise your hand and type the question. I will do my best to answer all of your questions as soon as possible. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's start with the session. Okay, today's agenda is the next one. We are going to see an overview of the two different ways that we have to perform an upgrade. We can do it manually or we can do it over the air. Okay, so we're going to see an overview. We are going to see the general upgrade prerequisites. We are also going to see a guide to perform the manual upgrade, a guide to perform an over-the-air upgrade too. And well, finally, for those who are using iVend plug with SAP Business One, this will be an important point because we're also going to see how to upgrade the add-on in SAP Business One. And well, finally, a little list of tips and tricks that are, for me now, are really helpful and really important to check all of them when I am performing an upgrade in production. Okay, well, let's start. Okay, as I said, we have two options. We can perform a manual upgrade, or we can perform an over-the-air upgrade. There are some differences between both of them. For example, for the manual upgrade, previously we start upgrading all the software. We need to download the iVend Retail installer file. Okay, it's the same installer file we used to install a new environment. It's completely the same file. I think that this is so great because we don't need to download a different installer file, for install a new store and for upgrading the store. Also, it's the same installer. We use the same installer to upgrade the HO and the integration service if we have it in another server, and also it's the same installer that we use to upgrade the stores and to upgrade the POS. So I think that this makes easier the task of upgrading all the environment. Also with manual upgrade, we can do directly upgrades between versions that have a big gap between them, that have a lot of versions between the version that we are working on and the last version. Okay. For example, if we in production have iVend Retail 6.4, we have to use a manual upgrade to upgrade to 6.5.4 that right now is a last update that is releasing the portal. And personally, I try to always use manual upgrade. Okay, I have used over-the-air upgrade, but like 2 times, and I really prefer using the installer, because in some of the customers where I have performed the upgrade, some of them has some internet connection issues, so it's better to do it with the installer, because with the over-the-air option we need an internet connection. It is necessary that we have an internet connection to perform this upgrade. And well, how we perform this kind of upgrade, we use the configuration manager service, and we will know that there is a new version available to upgrade our environment by the color of the icon. I don't know if maybe you have seen that the icon turns to orange, and that means that you are in an older version and that there is already a new version released, so that you can upgrade iVend. When you are in the latest version, the icon is blue. So if suddenly the icon of the configuration manager turns to orange, this is notifying you that there is a new version already released. Okay, this is mainly the differences between the two kinds of grades that we can perform. Okay, there are general upgrade prerequisites that are really important to perform any of the two options that we have. First of all, and it's really important, you need to check the system requirements for the new version or for the version that you are planning to upgrade your system. Maybe you have a really old version of iVend, maybe, I don't know, 5.7, sorry, and that it was compatible with Windows XP. Right now, Windows doesn't support anymore Windows XP. So iVend 6.5 doesn't run in this version. So if you're planning to upgrade, for example, to 6.5.4, and you have some stores, some stores with Windows XP, you need to change the software of your computers or change the computers. So you need to check that you cover all the requirements of hardware and software for the version that you are planning to upgrade. Okay. The next point is that you need to be sure that you have all the administration rights on all the computers where you are going to perform the upgrade. Where there are components of iVend. Okay. The next point, and one of the most important also, is that you have to test the upgrade first. You need to test the environment. You need to install first the version that you have in production, and you have to test the upgrade so you can see if you face any error, or you need to change or to set up any new configuration that is needed because of some new release in the new versions. Okay. Also, it's really important that all the users, the main users, test the environment after the upgrade. That the user said to you, yes, I have already tested all the process that we perform in the stores and that we perform in the HO. And also, if we work with SAP, we have tested also the integration and everything. We need to be sure that the customers, that the main users, have tested all the processes that they realized day by day in the stores, in the head office. Okay, so this point is really important for you to test the upgrade process and for the customers, okay? Next point is that you have to check that the upgrade license is available for you, that you are that your license is currently available. If it is not, you are not going to be able to perform the upgrade, okay? You have your license should be with time to perform the upgrade, okay? The next point is that the upgrade process, you should initiate and complete enough business hours. This means no user can be using the system, not even SAP, neither iVend HO or the POS, okay? So this should be performed enough business hours. So let's start with we also have some specific prerequisites to perform the manual upgrade, okay? Again, you should perform the upgrade during off business hours, okay? This is really important. Then you need to have the installer file in all the machines where you are going to perform the upgrade. So you need to be sure that and you need also to know the path where the file is in all the computers, so you can just run it as an administrator and start the upgrade, okay? At least you need to have 3 gigabytes of disk available for the installer to run, okay? I know this is maybe something that maybe sounds like you should have it, but sometimes the stores doesn't have like a lot of space available, so you need to be sure that you have at least 3 gigabytes of disk so you can run the installer without any problem. Then you need also to be sure that you have already taken all the database backups of all the environment, not only the Overtheair database. You also need to be sure that you have already taken the SAP backup database if you are working with iVend plugged to SAP, and also you need you need to be sure that you have the backup of the CX integration database, okay? And also the retail enterprise and the backup of the store databases too, okay? So this is really important, you need, for security, okay? And in case that you are using SQL Express maybe in some of your stores, you need to be sure that you have at least 5 gigabytes of space available so that you can perform the upgrade without any issue, okay? So which are the steps to perform the upgrade? First of all, you need to make sure that the replication and the integration have finished, okay? Your monitor, the monitor of the replication and integration need to be empty. You can't start the upgrade with transactions waiting to be sent, okay? This is for the stores. You need to check the monitor in all the stores that they really need to be empty, and also the monitors in HO, the replication and integration monitors. After you you are sure that everything has been sent to HO from the stores and from HO to SAP and vice versa, you can stop the services and then take the database backup of the HO. I put it after these steps because if you have already performed an upgrade, you know that you only have 15 minutes to take the backup of the HO and to run the installer. Okay, if you wait more than 15 minutes to run the installer is going to pop up a window that will say that you have to perform a new upgrade, a new backup of the database, because the one that you have is really old. I know 15 minutes, it's not old, but this is something that the installer is going to ask to you, okay? So you only have 15 minutes to run the installer. This is the same for the Overtheair upgrade, okay? So number 2, you have to take the database HO backup. Number 3, the upgrade, you upgrade the iVend Enterprise by running the installer as an administrator. Okay, you run the installer. I am going to show you. I have a video of the upgrade that I performed yesterday, so you can see how this works. Okay. Number 4 is that in case that the integration service is in another server, because some of the customers have the integration service in another server, you have to run the installer also there, the same installer, so that the service get upgraded. Okay. Okay. Next, number 6, we are now imagining that we have finished upgrading the HO, and now we can start upgrading the stores, okay? It's the same process. You take the database, the backup of the store databases. Also, you have only 15 minutes to perform this. You run the installer as an administrator, and you wait until it finishes upgrading the databases, the services, the files, everything. It's going to tell you that it has finished, and you can test the replication between the HO and the stores and vice versa. Okay, when you maybe what I always do is that I don't know, I put I imagine that you have finished upgrading all the stores, and you have already put play in all this in the replication services. So I log in the management console, I look for a customer or for an item, and I put a point at the end of the description of the item, for example, and then I see if it replicates without any problem to the HO, and then I erase the point in the HO and see if it replicates correctly to the stores. And I test this in all the stores. It is really important that you test this in all the stores, so that you can be sure that the next day in the morning when the stores start working, you are not going to face issues, like replication issues. And after you upgrade also the add-on of SAP, you have to test also the integration service, that the integration is working correctly, okay? About the add-on upgrade, we are going to talk about it later, okay? Number 9, if you have the POS of the stores in different computers, you have to run the installer too, the same installer, okay? You don't need to download different kind of installers for each component, okay? So you only need to download the installer and run it in all the computers that have components of iVend in the machine. And point number 10, you have to repeat steps 6 to 9 in the rest of the stores, okay? So this is mainly the main steps that you need to perform to operate all the environment, all iVend environment. Let me show you. First of all, I want to show you where you are going to download I'm pretty sure that you already know that, but let me show that to you. Oh, sorry. I have, so sorry. Okay. You have to have the partner credentials to download the software, and over here is the latest version 6.5 update number 4, and you can download also you can see in the documentation part, and over here there is an upgrade manual, so you can also use it. It is really useful. Okay, so now let me show you the video that I recorded yesterday night. You can see that it is 9:37 p.m. and well, I didn't record how I took that database backup. I have already took the database backup at this point, and then we are looking that we are in the 6.5.3 version. Okay, so you need to close all the components. So I close the management console and I log out the administrator iVend configuration. Okay. After that, I'm running the installer, the iVend POS 6.5 update for installer, and I am running it as an administrator. It takes a little bit of time, especially because this laptop where I have this 6.5.3 version has poor poor RAM, so it runs really slow. What depends on not all the upgrades take the same time. It depends in different factors. For example, the performance of the server where you are going to run the upgrade, and also the size of the database of the customer. So it is not the same to perform the upgrade in a server with a big RAM, for example, than a customer that has a really big database. Okay. For example, it is important also to say that in every release, for me it has been getting like better. It didn't take that same time for me to, for example, upgrade the same customer to 6.4 to this last version 6.5.4. This last time, a customer that has his HO database took me like 1 hour and 20 minutes to upgrade the HO database. So and with 6.4 it took me like 2 hours and a half. So I know it was really more faster. It was faster. So over here we are starting with the installer. I'm so sorry we didn't see that the first screen was telling us that it was going to perform an upgrade. So you start like accepting the agreement. You have to put the data of the database, of the HO database, and it starts installing all the files. I am going to start like going faster. For example, in this point, I forgot to close the API. So it is telling me that it is going to close it automatically. If not, I will need to reboot the system. So I chose to automatically close the same. I put OK, and continue to upgrade iVend. Okay, so let me Let's do this faster. It's copying the new files. And then it starts to run the skill script, so to perform the upgrade of the database. This usually takes a lot of time, especially when, as I said, the customer database is big. In this case, it is going to take like some seconds because my database in this environment is really little. And then, it took us like 10 minutes to finish the upgrade. It is finishing installing, and it has finished. And here this it tells us that it is complete. Okay. In case you face any error, it is going to roll back, and I recommend to you that take a screenshot of the error, and as soon as possible raise a ticket with a support team in case you face an error with the image. Okay, so they can help you also as soon as possible. You can continue just if you face an error, but as we see over here, it was pretty easy to finish it. So then what I do is, to open the configuration administrator and to see in which version I am. Now all the components are in 6.5.4, and also I always run the next query just to see there is a table where you can see the version where the environment is. For example, I can see now that it is in 6.5.4, and the deployment date, that it was the day that when I performed the upgrade, and the time, as I said, it was it is a really small environment, so it took me just 10 minutes. So it's the same. I mean, if you have a bigger database, the steps are the same, but of course it is going to take more time, the installer, to perform the upgrading of the environment. Okay, so right now in this example I have already finished. I have already performed like all the steps, and well, let's continue now with over-the-air upgrade prerequisites. Okay. Also, we can perform this one only during off business hours. Okay. At least one machine within LAN should be connected to the internet, and the rest of the machines should be able to connect to the upgrade server, the one that has access to internet, so they can also download the new version of iVend. This is why it is so important to have internet connection when we perform this kind of upgrade. It is recommended to deactivate any antivirus software that you have in your machines, okay? Because some antivirus software can detect the new software that when it is downloading the software as a virus. So it is recommended that you deactivate the same when you are performing the upgrade. Also, just for security, take the backups of all your environment. And in the same, in case you're using SQL Express, you need to be sure you have at least 5 gigabytes of space in your databases. Well, I don't have an environment to perform this right now, but I am going to list you all the steps that you need to perform to to finish over-the-air upgrade. The first point is that the same. You need to be sure that replication and integration monitors are empty, that all transactions and records are already sent to the HO or to SAP. Okay. You have to take the HO database. Again, you only have 15 minutes, and you can start performing the upgrade in the enterprise. Is the same. The first step is to start performing the upgrade in enterprise. Let me show you in this machine where I am hosting the webinar. I have the demo stack. So as you know, the demo stack is in 6.5.3 version. I have, already the icon is notifying me that there is a new version available. Just for the record, don't try to upgrade your demo stack. Maybe it won't work when you finish upgrading the demo stack. Okay, so don't test the upgrade with your demo stack. Leave it in 6.5.3. Okay, so you can see where are we going to start the upgrade. Let me change again the database, the screen, sorry. So, okay, again, you are going to select auto upgrade, and the upgrade information, it is going to show you that there is a new version available, and you can see all the new details of the version by clicking the link that is showing over here, and you just need to check the checkbox to allow the upgrade and click in upgrade. And the next thing that will happen is that it is going to show a screen, and you are going to click in update, and it is going to start upgrading, downloading the new information and upgrading the database of the HO, and also the services that are in the server. Replication integration service actually, when it finished upgrading the database, it finished, and it shows it show a pop-up that says that the upgrade has been completed. The replication and the integration services will be upgraded at their own. They will do it manually, automatically. So in the same way, you upgrade the service, the replication service in the stores. Well, how does the management console and how does the POS get upgraded? Well, when you open for the first time the management console and the POS, is going to show you this little screen, and this will tell you that it's a new version available, and that it is going to upgrade the same. So you just need to click OK, because if you don't click OK, you can't use the management console on the POS, and it is going to upgrade the same automatically. So that will be everything. You depend in your internet connection, and if you try to upgrade I don't know, like 10 stores at the time, you can, because they all of them are going to try to download the new files from the server where you have the new version, so it will be really slow to operate all the stores. So if you have like a lot of stores and you have like a big team to divide the task of performing the upgrade, I really recommend you to do it with the manual way, because you can run, if you have 10 stores and you have 10 guys helping you can run at the same time the upgrade. Okay, and finally, for those who have the iVend plug to SAP. It is you upgrade the add-on the same way that I'm pretty sure you upgrade other add-ons. So you just need to log into SAP as a manager, and you are going to look for the add-on file. Of course, there is the option to choose add-on for 32 bits or 64. So you will choose the one that is the one for the SAP that you are running. You need to check that to install the same as part as the registration, and well, the wizard will install the add-on in SAP. Okay. Well, and finally, the last section is that this part of tip and tricks. It's really recommended that you create and share with your team a diagram to ensure that all the components are upgraded. I usually use this Excel where the customers put the information of the server, where the HO server and where the SAP server is, and some data of the team viewer and the password. I always use this tool to upgrade. And the name of the database and the password and the user of SQL, and the path where the installer is, because it's like task of the customer to put the installer in all the machines. So I use this document so the customer told me where the installer is. And I use the upgrade status because usually I work with the partners at the same time or with the customers, and I put when it is completed. So we are all in the same. We are all in the same line. Okay, so nobody get confused, and we are all doing the same thing. Also for SAP, and the data for management administrator and user and SAP manager user. And the other section, I use it for the stores, where the customer lists all the stores and all the POS, and also the connectivity connection, the data for this, the name of the databases, because sometimes they have more than one retail database over the machine, so it is really important that they put the name correctly over here. The user and the password, and also the path where the installer is. And I have these three last columns to that all the users. Usually I put this document on the cloud, so everybody is like editing the document at the same time. And if I was in charge of the first store and other guy was in charge of the other two stores, we know what is happening, at the time, at the moment, and we have a real control of the upgrade, because we usually perform these upgrades at night when nobody is working, and you need to have a real good control doing this. So I use this one to have a diagram to ensure that all the components are upgraded. The next point is really important, that you test printing all the reports and all the receipts. Okay, I don't know why a lot of users, when they are testing the environment, they forget to test this, and it's really important because you use it daily, and you have to be sure that when you operate the system in production, it works perfectly. Okay, so don't forget to test printing the reports and receipts, especially if they have been customized. Okay. Also, it is important that you export them before the upgrade, so you have like a backup of all your reports and your receipts, okay, for in case of you something happen and you need to import again the report. So another point is it's recommended that you perform the end of day before before you start running the performing the upgrade in production. Okay. If you upgrade iVend manually and over the air too, don't forget that you only have 15 minutes after taking the database backup, okay? And after finishing the upgrade, after finish upgrading all the environment, after changing the add-on of SAP, perform the tests. You need to be pretty sure that the replication and the integration is working fine. So the next day the stores can start working without any problem. Also, I recommend to you that you ask to the cashiers for some user and the password so you can test logging into the POS also at night, because you need to be sure that everything is working fine. And I think that, well, that's all of the tip and tricks. Take all the time you need to test the upgrade, okay? Also, I recommend to you that you have like a list of the errors that you face in case you face the same in production environment. So you have like everything controlled, because when we are performing an upgrade in production, we are versus the time, okay? So we have to have everything under control. So, well, if you don't have any doubt, you want to ask something or comment something, this is the end of the presentation. Yes, we are going to upgrade. We are going to upload the video, also the PPT. Yes, we are going to. And yes, I can share with you the Excel document. We are going to see where to upload the control document that I use, so you can use it and adapt the same to in a better way for you. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. Have a good day.